baby. No kings, no dictators. Down with Trump. We ain't gonna take this no more.
Red, white, and blue, baby. No kings, no dictators.
From men pretending to be women.
It is disrespectful when you call a transgender woman he.
To trans influencer breaking down.
You guys, I just got my new passport.
Should this be legal? Is this possible?
I am trigender, which means like a triangle, I have 3 genders.
Hello, how are you? Welcome back to ShowNewTrend. I'm also today, and my name is Elvis Deri.
A man is upset that people are telling him to find God and act like a man. Listen to his response.
It is disrespectful when you call a transgender woman he. But if I called you a name, you wouldn't like that, would you? Stop acting like pronouns are that hard. My name is Andrea Anaconda, she, her. Thank you.
A trans influencer broke down in tears after his new passport listed him as a male.
You guys, I just got my new passport, which you guys probably think I'm crying tears of happiness because my Uber driver stole my fucking Prada bag with my passport in it a month ago and refused to give it back. I told Uber I was gonna hang myself, and all they did was send me the suicide hotline. I finally got it after having to go through hell to find all my documents. And after all my fucking psychiatrist appointments, my court documents, waiting years to have my gender changed. When I was working at McDonald's, fucking dumb, shitty spray tan ass Trump just changed all the shit to make it so trans people, if they lose their ID or they have an ID that's expired, it comes back their original gender, even if they have their social, their birth certificate, everything changed. And now I look cunt, but it says fucking male.
A man pretending to be a woman got stood up on a date. Do you know why?
I just got stood up for a date, and I'm not heartbroken. I'm disappointed because, I'm really happy with how my look came together today. And it was going to be my first date since transitioning. We were going to go get ice cream and stuff, but it wasn't meant to be. But let's look at my look, because I put all this together and I want to show you. Okay. Yeah. My purse is broken. It's not broken. It just kind of spilled a little bit, but whatever. Okay. I think the reason I'm recording this is maybe. Is it fishing for sympathy? Maybe. But also, might be a good takeaway to show that, hey, when shitty things like this happen to you, you're still smart, you're still hot, you're still the shit, Yeah. I'm gonna go find something else to do with my day where I can still wear this outfit because, I look really nice. So, yeah, I don't know. Oh well, anyway, this might have been the nail in the coffin for me. For men, because of course it was a man who did this, and might have to just exclusively date women from here on out. I don't know what to tell you.
Another man who thinks that he is a woman decided to educate people on how to address the trans community.
I am non-binary. I use they/them pronouns, and I'm a proud member of the trans community.
A man adopted a baby and pretends to be a mother. Should this be legal?
Okay. Oh, do you see the crab? Thank you, Shasta. I'm in my living room. I'm in the front living room. We have 2 living rooms. Thank you, guys. Everyone make sure you get a heart me. We need 7 more fireworks, y'all. They're in 12-month clothing, Christy. They're in 9 to 12, but like 12-month. That's like they're growing like a weed. What show will you be on? Oh, the Alex Stein show. I think he has, it's mostly on YouTube. On the 29th, yeah. Aw, that's sweet of you, Christy. Thank you.
A man says that if you call him using the wrong pronouns, he will confront you with violence.
You know, there are people out there who are hell-bent on never, ever being accommodating to trans people. Like, I will never call you by those pronouns. You will never have my respect or whatever it is. And like, is that really worth it to you? Putting all of that effort to be nasty? Because if we meet and you call me by the wrong pronouns, it's gonna be a confrontation. And I don't think you want that. I think you just want to go about your day. I want to go about my day. I don't want to have to be upset about getting misgendered. And I know you don't want to purposefully upset people. And if you do want to purposefully upset people, then you need to look in the mirror and ask yourself why. Why am I like this? Why do I want to make people's lives harder? Why don't I want to lift up my fellow human? Like, who raised y'all? Who made you so hateful and upset? God forbid you have children and raise them to want to make people miserable, especially if it's something as simple as not using a couple of words. And to be clear, we're not saying that you can never use the words sir or ma'am. We're just asking that you don't use those words until you know which one we prefer. That's it. And if someone asks me to call them a certain set of pronouns, I'm just going to call them that. Even if it seemed a little weird to me, which to be clear, it doesn't. But even if it did, whatever. Just do it. Who cares? Be nice. The world is hard enough already. Be nice.
Do you think dating a trans woman makes you one of them if you are a straight man? Listen to this.
I just want to remind you guys that if you are a man dating a trans woman, that does not make you gay. Because trans women are women. Stay with me now. Trans women are women. They're actually some of the most incredible women that I know. And if you are dating a trans woman, you should feel lucky and maybe like worship the ground she walks on.
New genders keep on popping every day. Like, seriously, what is trigender?
I am trigender, which means like a triangle, I have 3 genders. Male, female, and non-binary. And the difference between trigender and gender fluid is that I feel all 3 of these genders at the same time, all the time. It doesn't ever shift or change, or where I feel one gender more strongly than the other, like gender fluid tends to be. Also, I should recognize and accept that a lot of people don't see non-binary as a 3rd gender. They see it as something completely separate from the binary of male and female. But for me, it's like a 3rd gender. Or I guess you could call it a 3rd identity.
A grown adult man claims that if real men think trans women are gross, then biological women are gross too.
So people on the right find me gross. They find trans people gross. Icky. And not for, well, men on the right wing find us gross. And not for nothing, they also kind of find women gross too. I mean, like period jokes and misogynist jokes and stuff. And it all sort of is like a jumble. But in addition to that, they've been programmed their entire life to do everything they can to not seem feminine. Feminine is the worst thing you could be, right? Speaking of misogyny. So I am both gross, but also triggering. And as somebody who walks the earth as gross and triggering, I will tell you, none of that is my responsibility. Not anymore, anyway.
A man claims that his future self is to be a woman and a mother. Listen to this.
It feels impossible for me to make this video for some reason because it's so emotionally charged right now, but I have to tell you some of the good things that are happening. I've been talking to my doctors and my therapist a lot about how I am more of a woman than I initially anticipated. I don't know why that feels like such a huge thing to say. I don't want to leave behind anybody in the non-binary community. I will never forego that label. It will always feel like something accurate to me. Oh my God, I'm sorry. Why is this such a big thing? I have felt more of a call than ever to get in touch with who I truly am. And it's just coming out as a woman every single time I see myself in the future. I see myself as a woman, as a mother, I see myself. I see myself turning into my mom. The good parts and the parts I don't want to turn into. Like, I'm sure we can all relate to that. Oh, God. This is such a disaster. I wanted to make a happy video. I swear to God, this is good. I had my first... Where are my glasses? I can't even see you. This is going horribly. Sit there for a second. I had my first appointment where I switched from estrogen pills to injections, and it was so emotional. I looked at the nurse and I was sobbing. She's a friend of mine, and I said, I feel like me for like the first time, and I don't know why. I feel like I keep having all these new moments of discovery, and it is not a coincidence that it's happening in this political moment. I know that for a fact. Because I am digging my heels in as hard as I can to the transness that everyone hates, because I want, as I always say, I want to love us twice as hard as they hate us, and sometimes that starts with myself. I had my first laser hair removal appointment the other day, which is something I never thought I was going to say, but now all of a sudden I look at my face and I'm dysphoric as fuck about it. And you know what? Off it goes.
A man who wants to be a woman claims to use the woman's bathroom and threatens anyone who will try to stop him.
I am a woman, and I use the women's restroom, and I guarantee you, not one of you will stop me.
A woman says that an only women state should be formed. Is this realistic?
You men are not gonna like me for saying this, but you know what? I don't care. America, I think it's time we form a state where only women can live. No men allowed. Just an estrogen-filled utopia where we can all finally live in peace.
Not like you. Baby girl, if that actually happened, if you and every woman that's like you left to another state where we never had to see you again, be the best day of our lives. You and all your little friends can run along and live in your own little paradise, and all of the women that are actually worth marrying, women of character, women who are noble, women that are worth having a family with and building a society with would be left for us. Absolutely, all for it. Take your possessions and go!
How do you trigger a feminist with one simple question? Listen to this.
Beautiful trans women out here, tell us about your transition, how it went.
Can I hold this, please?
No.
So I have a question for you. Why are you asking me those questions?
Like we're interviewing like trans women and stuff like that.
I'm not a trans woman.
Oh no, we're fully supportive. Do you want to talk about sort of transitioning or anything like that, or like what people can?
I never transitioned because I was born a woman.
No, of course you're a woman. Of course.
Does it make a trans woman any less of a woman?
No, you are 100% a woman.
I'm not a trans woman.
Is there another definition that people like to use, or?
You thought I was a man?
If you was on a date with a trans woman, but you didn't know she was a trans woman until later on when she tells you, how would you deal with that situation? Like, would you stay? Would you leave? What would you do?
Thank you so much for joining us on today's show. See you in the next one. Bye bye.